What's up, guys? This is Trevor with Embers Fireplaces. We got a fun video for you today. We're going to hop into the Sommerset trailer. They offer a lot of different grills. We're going to break down their 5 different grills, tell you the differences between them, and see which one you should get. Hop on inside. Come on in. Like I said, we're in the Sommerset trailer today. I'm like a kid in a candy store. We're going to tell you the differences between the entire product line in here. First things first though, let's get some business out of the way. Make sure you guys subscribe to our channel. It's really important. Helps us out a ton and helps support us so we can keep making videos like this. Also, we're going to include links below for everything that we sell. We do offer 0% financing on our website, so we'll include links if you want to check out any of the Sommerset products. And lastly, here at Embers, we are equipment experts. We're pretty good at barbecue, but we're certainly not culinary experts. We're going to include some links below to Masterclass. We partner with them. That is a paid service that they help us out with. If you guys want to take any classes, I highly recommend checking out the link below with Masterclass. Okay, let's get into some barbecues here. So we'll start with the Sizzler in the Sizzler PRO series. So the Sizzler is going to be Sommerset's entry-level grill. So you can see the Sizzler and the Sizzler PRO here are built off the same platform. So the actual structure of the grill itself is the same. One difference is you can see on the Sizzler comes in 3 sizes. So we have a 26-inch, 32-inch, and then a 40-inch. They can all be built-in or cart models. So let's sort of break this grill down here. So you can see that we get heavy-duty solid stainless steel cooking grates. So these are nice and thick. The actual metal itself on the outside of the grill is 443 stainless, so we're not at a 304 stainless grill here yet. And then you can see here we do get a warming rack standard, and then we do get a ceramic rear burner. The one thing you don't get with this though is you don't get a rotisserie standard. So a rotisserie has to be an add-on. Not a huge deal there, but it would be nice if they included that, but again, it is an entry-level product. And so you can see here, I will show you what it looks like with the lid down. So nice clean lines, you do get thermometer controls, and essentially we have 4 burners. So we have 4 main burners, and then our rear burners here. And they're going to be just standard igniter buttons. No power required with this grill at all. And then let's get to the heart of this grill here. So here is going to be their burner. So this is the burner that goes in the Sommerset. Pretty standard, you know, your standard burner. Not a whole lot going on here. One thing I do kind of like is the burners aren't right on top. It is kind of nice that they're on the side, so it does protect it a little bit from grease and flare-ups and just sort of some longevity here. And then what is nice is you can see here that there is these little connector tubes. So the burners are going to be all connected. So let's say the wind blows out one of your burners. That's not going to be a problem because it's going to relight your burners. You can see here, this is going to carry through on all of Sommerset's products. Sort of have a love-hate relationship with these ceramic briquettes. Let me tell you why. Let me start with why I love them. So essentially what these do is they're going to cover the entire cooking surface underneath your cooking grates, and they're made of ceramic. So what happens is as the grill comes to temp, these ceramic briquettes heat up, and they do a really good job at keeping even temperatures all the way across the grill, and they actually work really well without having hot spots. Here's why I hate them. So when you really get the grill cranking and you really get it rolling and these ceramic briquettes get too hot, the grease just sits in here, and once you're usually above 500 degrees, it's just going to catch fire. There's no way around it. In the words of Ron Burgundy, it's science. I mean, once grease gets hot, right on fire immediately. So you have potential for flare-ups there. In this grill, it's not going to be too big of a deal because these are not crazy heavy-duty burners. You're not going to be dealing with a ton of heat here. So not a huge deal on this grill. But as we go through the lineup and the burners get bigger, you could have potential issues there. So what I suggest, if you're interested in one of these grills and you like to cook at high heat or you want to sear a lot, I recommend in all Sommerset's grills, you can change out the standard burner for a ceramic infrared burner, and then you don't have the ceramic briquettes over that, you're just going to have 1200 degrees of straight infrared, and that's going to incinerate everything, and then you can get rid of your hot spots, so essentially, or your grease fires, I should say. So you're going to have a sear zone, and then the rest of the grill for low and slow, or lower temperatures, and that's where this is really going to work really well for you. So let's move over to the Sizzler PRO. So fundamentally, you can see side by side, exact same grill with a couple additional features. Let's talk about those features. One, the 26-inch is not available in the Sizzler PRO. So we have two sizes. We have a 32 and a 40-inch. Again, you can do built-in or freestanding cart model. Same cooking grates, same warming rack, same exact grill. Again, rotisserie is not going to be standard. But visually, you can see one big upgrade is we go to interior and exterior lighting. So that's what you get when you go to the Pro model. Interior, exterior lighting, which is pretty nice. And then, again, our ceramic briquettes. And then from a performance standpoint, we're going to get two things. So these are little dividers. You're going to set that here like this. And that's going to help keep the temperature of each burner in its own separate zone. This comes in really handy if you do, like I said, and do an infrared burner. So you're going to have high heat here. It's going to really help separate and keep temperatures cooler on this side of the grill. So that's kind of a nice feature. Big burner difference here. So we go to a cast stainless steel burner. You can see it's much more heavy duty, and it's going to give us a little bit higher BTU. And you can see this hood will protect your burner. So these burners, I think, are just going to hold up better over time. So you can see big upgrade on the burners. So essentially in the Sizzler PRO, we get three main upgrades: interior, exterior lighting, dividers for your burners, and then heavier duty burners themselves that are going to get hotter and last a little bit longer. Personally, I'd always spring for the Pro. It's not a huge price jump, but you do get some nice added features. Sizzler PRO is the best seller in the lineup, by the way. Okay, let's move on to the TRL series. So this is the TRL series. There's the TRL and TRLD. It's kind of confusing a little bit, but essentially it's a 38-inch and a 44-inch grill. So you can see when we go to this guy, we have several upgrades compared to the Sizzler. One, now we're at all 304 stainless steel. So the entire grill is 304 stainless, and you can see it's got a beefier hood to it. So it's not round like the Sizzler. It's more of a flat top, and it's just one. I wouldn't say one's better than the other. It just looks a little tougher. I think they're kind of doing that on purpose here. And then interior, exterior lighting as well. We still have the ceramic rear burner, but now we have a rotisserie kit standard. So you get rotisserie kit standard, heavier duty stainless steel, and then our cooking grate rods are thicker. So these are going to be a heavier gauge steel and thicker, and the cooking grates actually is closer together. So that's kind of nice. All right, let's get inside the grills here a little bit. Again, like I said, you'll see this theme. So you have the ceramic burners again. So this is really what you're paying for in the TRLD, and the TRLD is only available in the 44-inch. So on the 32-inch and the 38-inch, which is the TRL, hopefully we're not getting too confusing here, you're going to get a stainless steel tube like U burner. But when we go to the 44, we get the full Mac Daddy upgrade here of cast stainless steel, heavy duty 20,000 BTU burner. So we're just getting beefier burners the whole time we go through the process here. But outside of that, the structure's about the same. You definitely get some nice upgrades with the TRLD in the 44-inch. If you're interested in the 32 and 38, again, you're going to get the two burners. Definitely still a step up from the Sizzler PRO though. The TRL is going to be right in the middle. You're not going to break the bank. You're not going to be on the low end either. You're going to be upper middle end. So it's definitely a sweet spot for a lot of consumers that don't want to go crazy. All right, now let's get over to the Alturi, where we're really getting into some pretty sweet product here. Okay, so now we're to the Alturi product. So this is going to be high end. We're going to call this grill Big Dog. It's not the biggest dog in the lineup, but it's getting pretty big. This grill is pretty awesome. So the Alturi comes in three sizes. We have a 30, 36, and a 42. So this is the 30-inch. We're using this as an example. You can see this is built on an entirely different platform. I'll show you the Sizzler next to it. See the difference in the hoods there? Big difference. See how much more vertical real estate we have? Now here's what's awesome. is this grill is built on an entirely new platform. So on our Sizzler, let's say you put a rotisserie, you got 3.5 inches. I mean, that's, what are you gonna do with that? But with the alturi, we're at 7 inches. So we're doubling the amount of vertical space we have. And then of course, our warming rack is way bigger. And then also rotisserie and infrared ceramic burner is gonna be standard. But then also, if you see here, see these springs? We go to a spring assisted hood platform. So these are all very heavy duty and physically heavy. But see, it's like stealing, just lifting this lid. I could do this all day. I didn't get my workout in today, so it's kind of cheating though, because the spring assisted doesn't really count. Okay, I'm getting off track here. Where was I? Okay, cooking grates. They're also very heavy duty, like the TRLD. Again, very close together, big time. Ceramic briquettes as well in this grill, but this is where this grill really starts to shine. A couple things we need to mention with this grill. When you get to this platform, now we're seeing product that's made in the United States. So this grill is made in the US. That's one big upgrade besides everything else we're talking about. But huge burner upgrades as well. Now, they make this in 2 different configurations. They make a configuration where they just have that stainless steel U burner, which is still going to be a high BTU. It's going to save you a little bit of money. But if you really want a spring or something you will never replace, these are solid red brass. Now talk about a burner. I mean, this is almost borderline irresponsible. I mean, what the heck are you going to do with this thing? I personally cooked on one of these grills for 2.5 years. I had one of these, and I had the red brass burners. And you think in your mind, that's overkill, I'm never going to use it. But what's really nice about them, what I loved, is when I was done cooking, this is kind of silly because I'm not talking about cooking, but when I was done cooking, I could turn every burner on high, and it basically would turn into a self-cleaning oven. I mean, I would just incinerate everything, then leave that for about 10-15 minutes because we're at such a high BTU, then take my cleaning brush, hit it all, and I'm done. It's like a brand new grill almost. So they're definitely awesome burners. If you feel like springing for the red brass, definitely check it out. It's definitely pretty cool. One other feature too is you get an integrated smoker tray. So what's kind of cool with that is you can fill that with wood chips or whatever you want, and then you got a built-in smoker tray in your gas grill. So that's the alturi. Like I said, it's not the biggest dog, but it's a pretty sweet grill. If you're looking for something high-end, something luxurious, definitely check this grill out. We're actually going to compare a couple of the high-end models. We're going to have a video. It's called the Grills of Irresponsibility. Grills that are totally irresponsible, you have no business buying, but if you want something pretty awesome, you got to check out that video. I'm going to include links down below. We're going to compare some of the really high-end luxury grills. Now, let's get to the biggest dog. Now, we have the American Muscle Grill, brought to you by Sommerset. Nah, just mess around. This is the American Muscle Grill. This is their top dog. This is the big dog in the lineup. Now, it's very unconventional. We're going to go through some of the features. It's unlike any other gas grill I've ever seen. Take a look at this hood. So they call it the American Muscle Grill because it's designed after one of the older muscle cars. I think it's a Mustang. There's a picture. Yeah, here it is here. So you can see some of the designs that it's designed after, these old muscle cars. And it definitely accomplishes the task. I mean, look at this hood. I mean, this hood's just, it's just stupid. Look at this thing. 19 inches. I mean, come on. What the heck are you going to do with that? But like I said, it's awesome. So aesthetically, it's awesome. No spring-assisted hood here. This thing's heavy. But this grill has a very unique design to it. So besides the aesthetic design, looking just really awesome, you can see here, look at these burners. So we have them flipped. So, or not burners, cooking grates. So very thick, all solid 304 stainless. Now you can flip them around. The reason you can do them this way is all your juices and everything, if you're smoking or something, can lock in here. If you want to create like a little little track system, or you can cook and sear on the top. Now this is a gas grill, but it's unique in the sense you're going to get this tool with it. It's a multi-fuel grill. So let's get under the hood here. So you can hold that up here. So it's one of the only gas grills that offers multi-fuel options built into the grill. So they have all these little compartments and trays here. So we can do solid wood, we could do wood chips, we could do lump charcoal, we can do briquette charcoal, we could do pellets. You can do whatever you want. So what's really cool is what you'll do is you'll fill these up, then you'll ignite your burners, which are underneath here, and then you'll get your fuel going. And then once your fuel's going, let's say your charcoal's going and it's ripping, you just turn this burner off, and then now you're cooking on 100% charcoal. What's even sweeter is, let's say you don't feel like smoking. Let's say you're going to be just grilling. You just clean out your trays, and then you just back to a regular gas grill. So this accomplishes not needing multiple units. So let's take these trays out so you kind of see the burners here that we're dealing with. So this sort of protects the burners and sits over the burners. It's just a stainless steel tube burner, but you can see the diameter on this is very thick, very heavy duty. And what's really nice about this grill is you can see the depth. So we need that depth, so our ash and everything, you can see these little triangles down here. That's to divert all of our ash. And then your ash is all going to dump down there. Then we have our pull-out tray here. So it's a very, very unique design, like I said. I think it's a pretty cool design. If you want to dabble with smoking, but you don't want a big green egg or a Kamado Joe, you don't want a Traeger or a pellet smoker. Basically, if you don't want your deck or patio littered with barbecues, this is a great option. You're obviously going to pay for it. It's the most expensive in the series. But when you start to think about it in the sense of what you're paying for, you know, you're buying one grill instead of 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 grills. You're going to keep the wife happy because she has more real estate on her patio for stuff she likes. And then you just got the one grill on the deck. So definitely a unique grill. If you're interested in something different, I promise you your neighbors aren't going to have this grill. Really, really sweet grill. And then you can see you have air control here on your hood. So let's say you're smoking, you need to dial this puppy in, you can play with that a little bit here. Only annoying thing is we have a spot for a spit rod, which by the way, a spit rod over direct charcoal would be really cool. Thing is, when you're ponying up this kind of dough for a grill, you don't get the spit rod standard. Kind of annoyed with that. You're dropping big mega bucks, and they can't give you a spit rod. That's my only annoying thing with this grill. But outside of that, this grill's pretty, you know what. So let's conclude here. Let's summarize what we're talking about, because we just dropped a ton of information on you. Let's do a quick summary. Hopefully it'll clear it up. Hopefully this is helping you through your shopping process if you're in the market for a Sommerset. So we have as our entry level the Sizzler and the Sizzler PRO, 443 stainless steel, entry level standard tube burners. When we go to the Pro, we start to get into upgraded cast stainless steel burners and interior exterior lighting. From there we move to the TRL and TRLD, which is going to be 304 stainless, little beefier looking hood. This is where you get rotisserie standard and even beefier grills. Then you have the big dog, the Alturi, spring assisted hood, the option for red brass burners, more vertical real estate within the grill, integrated smoker box, and then we have the biggest dog, the American Muscle Grill, brought to you by Sommerset. Biggest dog in town. Come down and check it out. Nah, just messing. Okay, so, sorry, I got distracted again. This is kind of fun playing around in here. So, these are the Sommerset products. Hopefully this helped you. Again, if you're shopping for these, check them out on the link on our website. Again, we're offering 0% financing. I don't know if I said that already. If you have any questions or with the Sommerset brand or any of other barbecue products, call or text our staff, 303-800-5659. Our website is www.embersliving.com. Also, if you're in the Denver metro area in Colorado, come down to our showroom, get in this trailer for yourself, check out these awesome products. Stay tuned for more videos. Make sure you guys subscribe.